Ebusiafo ahaye Ghanatube so modofo snowy matina sibiom ensem ahodo bi a ekoso e were the four corners of Ghana ebremo na me num enkwan no enje fufuo no afin so me ma me ponko empenti nti me pese ye be wakotie ensem ahodo bi a ekoso e wo oman Ghana na se e ba na ebusiafo matwa so e dia ma ofefefe ye nkotie mbra.
Let's talk about the New Patriotic Party. It's a conversation we started off yesterday. I mean, it's an interesting rebuilding process that is ongoing currently. The very latest that came up yesterday is the fact that the submission of a petition to the National Disciplinary Committee on the conduct of Mr. Kwame Bafo, popularly known as Abronye DC, and this is a statement that was signed by the General Secretary, Justin Kodua. And the context within which all of this is playing out were two videos, one involving Chairman Wontumi and Abronye, in which they had suggested a possible tampering with the register to favor a certain candidate. Afterwards, the party issued a statement distancing itself from the comments by the two individuals. Then there was a statement from the camp of Kennedy Japan, signed by spokesperson Kwesi Kwarteng, demanding that disciplinary actions should take place with regards to the two individuals. We've now seen one statement dealing with Abronye. I've not seen one in relation to Chairman Wontumi. And the statement that deals with Abronye, it says here, the National Secretariat of the New Patriotic Party wishes to inform the public and all stakeholders that the General Secretary, Justin Kodua has formally submitted a petition to the National Disciplinary Committee regarding the conduct of Mr. Kwame Bafo, popularly known as Abronye DC. The petition outlines a series of actions that are deemed not only unbecoming of a member of the party, but also gravely detrimental to the image, unity, and integrity of the organization. We're talking about that statement that had been issued by the New Patriotic Party referring Abronye DC to the Disciplinary Committee of the party. And the key concerns that are raised in the petition, he's alleged to have defamed a senior party member. He's reported to have publicly insulted Honorable Kennedy Japan, a distinguished member of the party, with derogatory statements, including a claim that even the elephant has more wisdom than Honorable Japan. Such remarks are unprintable, defamatory, and damaging to the reputation of Honorable Kennedy Japan and the NPP at large. Again, baseless allegation against the General Secretary. Mr. Bafo further alleged the General Secretary deliberately concealed a report that purportedly implicated Honorable Japan as the destroyer of the party and recommended his expulsion. These allegations are false, malicious, and injurious to the integrity of the office of the General Secretary. And 3, misrepresentation of committee findings. He is purported to disclose and misrepresent contents of a disciplinary committee report alleging that it catalogued various offenses attributed to Honorable Japan. Such conduct constitutes a serious breach of confidentiality, discretion, decorum, and party discipline, while also undermining the authority of the committee. And so the reliefs that are being sought, 1, they want a full and impartial inquiry into the conduct of Abronye DC. 2, apply the appropriate disciplinary sanctions in accordance with the party's constitution as its conduct constitutes defamation, misconduct, and gross indiscipline. And I mean, for those of you who have been wondering how all of this fits into the general NPP rebuilding agenda, 2 days ago we heard from the General Secretary directly. He says the NPP is in a difficult place and that the party cannot pretend about it, and they would have to work to get it out of the current state the party finds itself in. And so that is what we are discussing this morning. And now I want to start with Solo, because I mean the NPP is a party that Solo is very familiar with, and
their rep is also here. Okay. But no problem at all.
There, but I'll start
no
with you.
problem at all.
Because you are familiar with the party.
Yes.
You walked away from the party. The party has asked you to come back, and you said you are not going to go back. So that basically gives us a sense of how the party looks now. I mean, what do you make of how things are playing out?
There is a singer there's a particular song they say Orekodo. The destruction continues with the party, and I think the pace that they are going, they will very soon dig or get to an oil levels. They will discover oil very soon with the rate at which they are moving. First of all, this whole petition and then utterances by ĽNtumi and Abronye has to be put in the right perspective. The statement made by Abronye that he has the capacity, he has the authority, he has the wherewithal to be able to put people into albums. The statement made by ₦Ntumi that yes, those that are in the album were put purposely there to favor a particular candidate here, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, is practically the truth. If you have been involved in NPP politics and if you know whatever happens there, the regional chairman has a lot of influence. They control most of the constituency executives. And so it is very easy that instead of going to organize a polling station elections, put their cronies in the various polling stations so that when it is time for them to go and vote or elect a parliamentary candidate, these same delegates should go and vote for them. And when it's time for as it were presidential flag bearership elections, the same delegates should go and vote for these aspirants, including themselves. Remember, they will also be going for or seeking re-election. So it's a factual statement, and I don't see why or how anybody, including Kodia himself, could challenge this very position. So they spoke the truth, except that the truth rather puts the party in a very bad shape, and that is why there seems to be back and forth with it. Again, remember when ₦Ntumi and Abronye made these statements, the Canada-Japan side of the divide called for the two of them to be hauled before the disciplinary committee. Is that the case?
Yes.
This petition that Kodia has sent, is ₦Ntumi included in it?
No.
It's only Abronye. And Abronye has been hauled to the disciplinary committee only because in subsequent videos he made mention of Kodia, that he was sitting on a certain report that should be used to expel Canada-Japan from the party. And in fact, that is the strategy of the party moving forward. Remember what Adenimo has said before withdrawing from the race, that this whole process was skewed and schemed in favor of a particular candidate, and that he, Adenimo, having known where he started his school from Navasco in the northern region, and how he struggled to do engineering and made money, would never go and invest 4.6 million Ghana cedis into this whole enterprise because he can't pay it. Are you with me? Then he left out. What is playing out? Is it not the same thing that Adenimo, the reason Adenimo left, that is being echoed by Abronye and ₦Ntumi? That in fact they have schemed and skewed everything in favor of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So when Abronye made mention of Justin Kodia, remember Justin Kodia will be seeking a re-election as a general secretary, and knows that if this matter is not handled very well, it will be used against him when he decides to contest. So let me quickly go to the National Council or refer the matter to the National Council or the Disciplinary Committee for an action to be taken. Nothing is going to come out so that he can expose the Antichrist. Remember, we have been treated to sinners, 10 sins, 5 sins, 13 sins here and there. Now they have moved a lot further. Abronye has moved the team a lot further to bring in Antichrist. How can you refer or describe a party member, a fellow party member who has the potential of leading your party, and you, Abronye, you are a member of the National Executive Committee as well as a member of the National Council, as an Antichrist? So in the event, in an unlikely event that Kennedy wins, how then you come back and convince the entire Ghanaian that Kennedy is not an Antichrist? You see how people talk by heart and then give advantage to our party. By the way, our party very soon will be at play. So it is nothing to write home about. The truth of the matter is that the current situation of the NPP is that it's a party that has only 87 members of parliament. It's a party that won elections in only 3 regions of this country. It's a party that lost heavily in Greater Accra, lost heavily in the Volta region, lost heavily in Western North, and most parts of this country. So if you're a party with this record, what the least you could do is to start the rebuilding from the scratch. That seems not to be the case. It is now all about me. And yesterday I was listening to the General Secretary. He said something, that individual interest has taken over the collective interest, that nobody now is thinking about their party called the New Patriotic Party. And that is what is worrying the party. So clearly, Abronye is able to do this because he knows that the establishment favors him, that he knows that nobody can say anything. But this petition is also a trap to Kennedy Japan. If he does not take care, they will use it to expel him. Because Abronye will then deviate from the very petition that concerns him and move into an arena that will just to bastardize Kennedy Japan. And after that, the party will stand on it and then, as it were, expel him from the party. He should not take it lightly. That is what can happen. And in all these, Abronye claims to be speaking for Mahmoud Bawumia. Abronye claims he is a vital or a pivotal member of the Bawumia campaign. Have you heard the former vice president make any statement to that effect? When Abronye took Duncan Williams, the Archbishop, the Papa, to the cleanest, did you hear the former flag bearer or the former vice president make a single statement? I mean, beyond this internal rhetoric, internal bickering, one of the challenges that will face Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's campaign, I know everything has been schemed for him to win, is how he would deal with the issue of the Papa, Duncan Williams. How he sat down, how he could not utter a single word in the open, how he could not even come to the aid or the defense of Archbishop Duncan Williams when one of his own took him to the cleanest. Okay. So that is what is at play now. Now, this thing, they tried it somewhere in 2007. They wanted to expel Alan using the same procedure. Can you imagine when Alan Chamante went to a vetting committee in 2007? First time I'm telling the world that Mr. Peter Alajete looked straight into Alan's face and asked him, Mr. Alan Chamante, are you a member of the NPP? At the vetting committee, can you imagine, Kabli? Because the system has been set up in such a way that they were going to expel him when they see that the competition is becoming tough. They have to find other ways and means to get you out. So for me, this is a party that is struggling. They need something extraordinary to turn around things. But from where I sit, there seem to be no leaders or elders who are ready to put their foot down and say, enough is enough. Let's stop what we are doing. We are destroying the political party to beyond repairs. It will collapse eventually, but the way and manner they are moving fast, that is what some of us are concerned. That don't move faster than the anticipated timelines. We know you will collapse, but we have a timeline that you will do so. But do not bring it forward. Because when you collapse before our party's establishment, it becomes a problem.
Okay.
There has to be a party that will fill in that gap. Remember that when the CPP went down, there was a party that filled in their stead. So before you collapse, there has to be a party, a vibrant party that will take Hamza's party on, which is our party, because we are going to give constructive, we are going to take them on in all aspects of their governance.
Okay.
What they promise the people of this country.
SEO wa mo sempa obetimi e comment Abronye comment section. Hit the comment box no na fa comment ni nyina egum emame na modofo snowy awon fe ba mejebre na makenkan ni na e de amam fefefe na se reply bi won so na ma reply e de amam fefefe me kai won say channel a o share so yi e Ghanatube ebusiafo on subscribe ya memory mfi so be subscribe na afin so notification bell no we de won sa emia so for quick updates. Don't forget so say over like and share videos ni na e de amam aha e Ghanatube so come